third owner of this car, and I'm inclined to keep it because I had one of these cars when I was a kid in the Coast Guard. And here's the car and my lifeboat. They both got saved. That car went out to John Stymack in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. He sent me $5,000 in a paper bag. Here's me and my beautiful Cadillac, which got stolen from me in Tenafly, New Jersey. This was Dad's 35 Ford slopey back, and I'm washing it. 5 years old. Well, here's my 36 Ford I bought for $250 plus an old Renault. A roofer had this car. He said, yeah, the roofer went to jail that owned that. Picked up a U.S. sailor at the point of a machine gun, leaned out of the old car and thought it was a joke. My friend Douglas's Packard, which he sold to California later for nothing. And here's my friend Suzanne in Newport, Rhode Island, riding around in the Ford out on the outer drive. I had my two old cars up there. I said, lean against the Ford and let me get a shot of you being ignored by the country boys. And she wore these short shorts in a yard with rough gunmen and all kinds of rough boatmen around, and they were more interested in politics. They didn't even seem to notice Eve. And they would make speeches like, what we need in this country is a nation of riflemen. But there she is with her tan. Now that's the only person I ever met who liked the sun more than I did. And here's my old friend Ann Miller from Baltimore. And look at the tan she's got. This is not a native boy, but it's Uncle Johnny playing his guitar in 1959. Here I'm steering the boat like a native. He's got even darker tan. My friend Judy on a little cruise. Joan Fridge steering my friend Pendleton's boat. This is Ann working on my boats. Still a friend of mine. This is the beautiful little Gigi who used to come visit my studio in Edgartown. But the house never answers the helm, no matter how you turn it. We could be running aground here. For this nasty neighbor, I have a nice little saluting cannon, perpetually pointed in his direction. So the big fight on this street is who owns which side, which parking. That's why I parked this 1934 Ford trailer, because I'm trying to seize this side of the street. So I'm going to seize the territory by just grassing it over up to here. Why not? And the nice thing about this property is it's up high enough so that nobody can see you to complain. Crashers coming down that street, people would run into this property again and again and owe me money. Every time they hit my fence and wrecked it, they owed me $1,000. I made enough money so the blue car could get its engine rebuilt. Well, I wasn't drunk, but as I came around the curve, he's telling the police this stuff and they're taking it down. He says, a large animal exited the woods and caused me to swerve and strike Mr. Mitchell's fence. That's what happened. So I thought, large animal? How about a big teddy bear on wheels on a pulley? They like large animals, they'll get one. I was going to rig him in the bushes, pull him out, cause a swerve, and another hit, and another $1,000, and then rehaul him back on a backhaul. I think the Indians buried their dead here because it was a pleasant place. It's not knowledge that should get around too much because it would limit my purchasers if I was going to try to sell it in the open market to Indians. They might be very interested, but nobody else would, because that kind of news tends to cloud the title. And then that cross has a purpose on this roof. You see that little cross? That was at Johnny's house. And he said, I can't put that cross up. Uncle Saul will come and be offended. I said, okay, I'll put it up because I want to offend my neighbor. I want to claim that this garage is a small chapel. Why not? We have meetings there, we worship boats, we varnish. Here's a picture of Buffy working at my studio on one of my little boats. I hired her to paint and varnish. She wasn't very good at it. Now my whole object is to find a patron or an angel for this boat. Varnish it back up, paint it, make it look a little better than it is. I got 2 boats, 4 sheds, 3 automobiles, 3 or 4 2 big boats, 3 or 4 little ones. I got enough projects to last for life. Funniest thing about this house, when he was only 7, he's a very messy boy. That was his whole badge of honor. He liked messes. He came to my house and he had a little stutter and stuff. He said, "Gee, Mr. Mitchell, I like your house very much because it's all wrecked up the way I like things to be." Here's my car in front of my old studio, which somebody made into a house now. They took it away and made a house out of it. And here's my studio in Edgartown. I built all this davits here, and I hung this boat out here. It was my little studio. Best one I ever had. Here's our house in Fisher's Island. I never lived this well again. Here's the Mercury. Somebody on the porch. We had a maid that year. Here's our little sailboat. Here we are on the front porch looking towards Connecticut. Huey and I in this dream world of Fisher's Island Ferry going by. To me, we never got in better shape than that. This is Englewood, New Jersey. Here's tall Huey. Look how tall he is. And here's Linda Osborne, who we still know. Here's her brother Woody and little Johnny at our front door. And here's Mikey, the little dog, nicely lined up. My father, me, trying to look like a muscle man. I was only 14. Huey and little Johnny. 49 reasons to stay home, because I don't like travel, and this is why. Number 1, punctured tire in a nail trap in New Jersey slum. Number 2, 1940 Chrysler runs out of oil on the George Washington Bridge. Number 3, California terror ride up the coastal highway. Runaway horse passes me in Alabama. Giraffe pokes his head in a car on a Texas road. A rabid raccoon attacks a car in Stonington. Tire blows out on the Baldwin Bridge. Dodge wagon catches fire on the Newport Bridge. Breaks in Edgartown. Vapor lock in Maryland, Route 50. Slant 6 quits in Chilmark. Manifold red hot. Number 12, wasted time in boot camp. Weather patrol, 2 shipwrecks and a hurricane. Sick in the Bahamas. Passed out in a warehouse. Cooped up with a madman. Nearly drowned on the Outer Banks. Number 13, forced off I-95 by a determined cement mixer. Number 15, a police gunfight in New Haven. Nearly crushed in a lifeboat. Headlight knocked out by a golf ball. Arrested in Cape Cod for a taillight. Fingerprinted, mugshot, thrown in jail, and spent all night in a truck bed. Fined in court. Why shouldn't I stay home? What next?
Why are there only 22 reasons?
Well, there's supposed to be 49. Where are the others?
That's all I got.
I got them somewhere. These are the stressful subjects that are forbidden. I do not like to discuss taxes, or numbers, or politics, or anything to do with art sales. These raise blood pressure and cannot be tolerated.